Hello, it's me again, and like I said in the first video, I'm going to do some videos on testimonies and do some spiritual stuff, some Bible teachings, and some stuff from other people. So I hope you enjoy it. And today's video is going to be on my testimony of my life and what it's been through and what God's done in my life. So I first want to start off with I was born on May 29th, 1972. My mom was about 15 when she had me. Of course, she had to give me up for adoption at age 4. So I went from foster home to foster home for many years. And my mom and dad now, they adopted me when I was around 6, I believe, 6 or 7. I'm not exactly sure. It's been a long time. But I was okay. It was good. We we had our problems, of course, but you know, just like any kid, I had my rebellious years. Of course, when I got into high school, I got more rebellious. I got in trouble a lot. I was in school suspension, after school suspension, probably my whole high school year. But about my, I guess, 10th grade year, started experimenting with marijuana and got in a couple of troubles with it. But it was something minor, something small, and I never touched it hardly ever after that. And I did drink a little bit, but not too much. My rebellions was, not listening to my mom and dad, not doing good in school, just your normal stuff, you know, teenage boys. We're crazy. Now let's fast forward to about when I was in my 20s, mid 20s. Well, let's go back to high school. I wrestled all the way through elementary school and high school and did some in college. But when I got done with all that, I still had the thrill and the want to compete. But after college, there's not really much you can do unless you go to Olympics. So I didn't want to do that, so I started doing what you call ultimate fighting. I did that for several years. I got hurt. I hurt my hand real bad. I had to have surgery on it. And I always had problems with it there at the beginning. I worked at this one place. He was a salesperson. He'd been there probably 10 years selling stuff, and I started working there, and he seen the problems I was having with my hand, how much it hurt. He said, well, I have something that will probably make you feel a lot better. And I was like, well, what's that? He said, it's cocaine. Of course, my first thought was, cocaine? I've always heard about cocaine. It makes you insane, makes you crazy, makes you all this stuff. But then I started thinking, here's this guy. He's got it all together. He's doing cocaine, so it can't be that bad. So I took it. He gave me some. He put in a little bitty bullet and turned it, gave me some, and I took my first bump of cocaine. Well, that first high lasted forever. Oh my gosh. And I'm not going to lie to you, it felt good. I mean, it really did. It lasted so long. But the problem with that is after that first high, you never get that high again. And that's why they call it chasing the high, because you want to feel that again, and you never, ever feel that ever again. Well, let's just say I got into cocaine really, really bad. I would go see the dealer. I would help him deal the stuff. I'd help him make the stuff. And of course, I'd help him sample the stuff. So, I got into it really heavy and really hard. And I was spending, I'd probably say, $600 a week on cocaine. So, of course, my habit didn't equal up to the money that was coming into me. So I had to start stealing. I had to start doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. I started writing checks so I can, get money. And, of course, that is the one thing that caught up with me was the writing the checks. And it wasn't just one or two. It was quite a few checks that I wrote to people, and they gave me money for it. So when it all came out, all in all, I had 30-some checks. So they put a warrant out for me and arrested me. And I went and seen the magistrate. The magistrate put me on probation, yeah, it was a felony, but yeah, he put me on probation, 100 hours community service, and as long as I kept my nose clean, everything would be fine. 2 years probation. The thing is, in my mind okay, I got away with it, so, I'll start off slow again, and, I won't get that bad again. So I started doing cocaine again, and of course, I had to go to the probation officer, and I failed my first drug test. He let it slide. Great guy. Second time, he says, listen, it happens one more time, I'm going to have to take you in. And of course, my thought was he's not going to do it. He let me get away with it twice now. But of course, I did it again, and he told me I have to take you in. This is the third time that you failed your drug test. So now, as people say, things got serious. It got real serious. I got arrested. I was put in county jail for about 90 days. I begged my parents to get me out. I begged them to get me out. They said, no, we're not doing it this time. We're not going to help you. We're not going to do anything. You need to pay the price. So, for 90 days, I was in county jail to sit and think about my life. Every Tuesday, a man would come, and he would read out of the Bible. He would read quotes out of the Bible, stories out of the Bible, for people that would listen. Of course, 90% of the people just would play chess, play cards, do whatever they wanted to do, and wouldn't listen to him. And I remember laying in my bunk, and I could hear him. And I remember getting up and going up to him and asking him, is there any way I could have a Bible? He said, the Bible's here. People have ripped out, and they used it to roll up cigarettes, to roll up their marijuana, I don't have a complete Bible, but I would like to have one for myself. He said, sure. So he gave me a Bible. And I kept that Bible with me during the whole time. And I remember growing up, and before that point, I would open the Bible, and all I saw was this, thou, the. It just didn't make sense to me. But let me tell you, I went back to my bunk, and I opened the Bible. Romans 10:13 was the first thing I opened up. I can't believe it. It says, seek and you shall find. Ask and it shall be given unto you. Knock and it will open. I was like, wow. So I started reading other verses, and they started making sense to me. It was like I understood the Bible for some reason, all of a sudden. So for the next 90 days, I started reading the Bible hard and just prayed and everything. And I finally, at that point, knew what I needed to do. And I remember being on my hands and knees, and I prayed to God, and I told him, I said, listen, I know what my purpose is. My purpose is to tell your word. Problem is now, Lord, if you want me to tell your word, I'll do it inside the jailhouse. I'll do it. Because I was facing 3 years in prison because of my stupidity. But I tell you what, God, if you get me out of this and you help me, I'll do more out there. But if it's in your will, I'll do it right here in the jailhouse. And I'm telling you, it was boom, like clockwork. I got a letter. It was from a Christian rehab program in Yadkinville, North Carolina. You can look it up. It's called Alpha Acres. It was a year program. Nothing but straight Christianity. I read it. I looked at it. I filled out the application. And I gave it to him. I didn't hear nothing for a while. Got closer time to my court date. I remember my lawyer coming to see me. He's like, the judge that has to see you, he's not going to be in town for another, 3 or 4 months. But he really suggested that he was the one that did your trial from the last time. But we got a way around it, and we're going to have your trial tomorrow. And it's a lady judge. And let me ask you something. And I said, what? He's like, if I could get you off scot-free, and you don't have to do nothing, or you have to go a year into that Christian rehab program, what would you rather do? And I told him I'd rather go to the Christian rehab program, because if you got me off scot-free, I would be right back in here. Or worse, I'd be dead. So he said that's what I wanted to hear. So he's like, the good thing is the woman, she's a Christian woman, and she wants to send you to this place. So it was my court date, and I took the Bible with me, and I remember the walk with the shackled hands and shackled feet and shackled to the other people, and I had my Bible in my hand. And people asked me during that time, what in the crap are you doing with that Bible? All you have is jailhouse religion. That's not a real religion. Jailhouse religion. That's all I heard for the longest time. Is that what you're trying to get? Jailhouse religion. The thing is I knew God had a purpose for me. And I knew that it was going to be a path, a hard path. But I went in front of the judge, and she done exactly what my lawyer said. She said, I'll send you to Alpha Acres. So I went to Alpha Acres a year. At first, it was strange. It was another world. It was a world I'd never seen before, because it was a godly place. That place taught me how to be a man again, how to be a son, how to be everything I needed to be for God. The program was awesome. I mean, it was just like, I guess, if you're on the outside looking in, some people would say it's a cult, but it's not a cult, because it's a God Christian rehab program. I mean, we woke up praying. We had Bible studies. We went to churches. We went to church every time we could possibly go to church. Not just on Wednesdays and Sundays. We went to church all the time. And then we have yard work, outside work, because it was on a 10-acre farm. So, we had a garden. We had mowing. Of course, I worked in the kitchen, so I would make the meals for the guys and do stuff that I could do for them. And it was awesome, because before I left Alpha Acres, I had an opportunity at one of the churches. They had a Bible college there, and they asked me, would you want to come and be a student here after you get out? I went back to Alpha Acres, and I studied on it. I prayed on it. I knew at that time that my purpose was to somehow or some way spread God's word. So I told the director at Alpha Acres, I went to him and I told him, I said, I want to go to Foothills Bible College. And he said he knew the day that I walked in, there was something about me. I mean, in school I was not a very smart person. I couldn't retain anything. But I'm telling you, reading the Bible, being taught the Bible, my brain was like a sponge. It soaked in the knowledge so easily, and I could recall stuff just left and right. He said, I knew when I first seen you, there was something about you. He goes, you know what? Before you graduate from Alpha Acres, you can go ahead and start going to Foothill Bible College. I'm the first person in a 10-year program to ever start going to Bible college before I even left Alpha Acres. So needless to say, I went to Alpha Acres, got an associate's degree. Went to Foothills, got an associate's degree in biblical studies, theology. I got out and became a assistant pastor, youth pastor, and did that for the longest time. And I enjoy it, and I love it. I moved down to Florida now, and I want to do what I can to reach people. To do the things that I need to do. Yes, I can do what I need to do in church too, but God gave us the devices now where I can reach people on Instagram and reach people on YouTube and people that I would never see in my life. And maybe, just maybe, one person out there I can help. If it's all I helped, if that's all I can ever do, and doing 1,000 videos is help one person, I done my job. I done what God wanted me to do. But let me tell you something. There is a purpose for each and every single one of you. It might not go out there and spread the word of God, but you can shine. You can be a good steward. You can be the person, be the best mom, be the best daughter, be the best dad, be the best husband. Live a godly life so people can see it. You don't always have to speak the word. Live the word. And I'm telling you, down below, if you want to do comments, please. I beg you to do comments. If you want me to pray for you, I will pray for you. If you want me to mess you back and forth, my email is josephmarsh32@gmail.com. Please email me. I will do everything I can for you. If you need guidance on what books to read, on what to do in life, I don't know everything. I will do what I can to help, and what I do know, and I will help what I can do. So this is my testimony. I hope you get something out of it, and a little bit more about who I am and why I feel like I have to do this. And I thank you so much. Like I said, comment down below. I really appreciate it. If you have a question you don't want people to see on the comments, like I said, josephmarsh32@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to email you back and do what I need to do to help you, or a family member, or someone you know. Might be a loved one, a husband, a wife, your son, your daughter. But thank you for listening, and may God bless you, and hopefully I'll do a lot more videos for y'all. Thank you.